Came a long way, came a long way, came a long way. Been a long way, real long way. And it's still that way, still that way, still that way. Still broad day, live that way, drill that way. Came a long way, real long way. Been a long way, real long way. And it's still that way, still that way, still that way, still that way, still that way. It's Madden NFL 24 on EA Sports, and we'll play host to a battle between conferences. It's the Green Bay Packers and the New York Jets, and it's all up next.
The bright lights of Broadway just to the east of us, and we are under the lights as well at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. Coming up, we got a good matchup on tap here, as it'll be the Green Bay Packers taking on the New York Jets. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and CD, this is going to be a good one. We've all followed the story. Aaron Rodgers leaving Green Bay after 18 seasons. He winds up in New York, and now we get the matchup we've been wanting. Jets versus Packers.
Okay, let's just go ahead and address the obvious, right? It is the master versus the pupil. Aaron Rodgers and his heir apparent in Green Bay, Jordan Love, going head-to-head. Both of them taking the stage here. Aaron Rodgers learning a new team. Jordan Love trying to take over Aaron Rodgers' old team. Which green is going to come out on top?
Keyshawn Nixon now from his end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. So here the new look Packers set to go to work. And at the helm here in 2023, a lot of eyes on this man in his fourth NFL season, Jordan Love.
This is set up now to be the true beginning of Love's NFL career, because he's finally out from under the shadow of Aaron Rodgers, and Green Bay is giving him this season to prove he can be their starter. 4 years after he was drafted in the first round, we'll find out if Love is the next decade-long starter for the Green Bay Packers.
Love going to throw right away. This one swung out here to Jones. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete. Josiah DeGuara, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Love. Throw right side, hauled in by Dobbs. And he won't get close. Only a yard, 4th and 3.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
O'Donnell, he's on to punt as he gets this one away. Here's Hardman to return. A 41-yard punt, 9 on the return, and the Jets will take over 1st and 10. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. They'll be led out by their highly decorated quarterback, Aaron Rodgers.
I remember watching him in college and seeing a guy that you knew had great potential, but I don't know that anyone knew that we would see how he would blossom as an NFL player who will go down as one of the all-time great quarterbacks. Can make every throw from every angle with terrific mobility, and he knows how to win games, always in contention for a championship.
He's still on his feet, and all the way down to the 17-yard line. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run.
I guess we got a good idea about what the game plan is for attacking this secondary. No beating around the bush with this crew. His first throw of the game is a deep shot, and it connects. That's a tendency breaker right there, because normally you build up to the big shot, but not in this case.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Rodgers going to throw. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now the second-year man back from injury. It's Breece Hall. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. To throw is Rodgers. And that will be incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
And this has no chance. It's no good. Well, wide to the left, and this will remain a scoreless game. So we would have figured that one to be 3 points in the bank, but this game, can be unpredictable at times.
Yeah, he knew he needed to pull it ever so slightly to get it going in the right direction, but he seemed to put a little too much on it, and from short range, that is a bad miss for an NFL kicker.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, 2nd and a yard. Play action this time with Love. He finds his man, complete. It's Reed. His first catch, good for 9 and a 1st down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on 1st quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, #1, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
A guy coming off a career high in rushing yards last year. Here's Aaron Jones. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he's got the 1st down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. They'll go again to Jones. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much, as he's down to the 48. The linebacker, C.J. Mosley, in on the stop.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, they can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
On 3rd down, Love. And that is incomplete.
Haven't been a corner that's worth the salt yet, but never admits to worrying about man coverage. How about the play there, breaking that pass up?
So on 4th down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested, and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
On second down, a run with Hall. And he'll take this one up to about the 13. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
That's the end of the first quarter with no score.
We're scoreless after 1. Second quarter now from MetLife Stadium. The Jets with the football here as they've got it with a third down coming up. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Throwing is Rodgers on third down. Able to find Lazard. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
On first down, Rodgers. He completes that to Garrett Wilson. Room to maneuver at the 35. He may go. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Garrett Wilson, 69 yards. And the Jets post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in this second quarter. Well, the game had been pretty uneventful offensively until that big strike.
No doubt about it. Almost felt like they were just going back and forth a little bit in the first quarter. But in the second quarter, things ramped up a little bit. Things jumped up. And you're exactly right. Going to make a highlight film or two. We'll be watching that one later on today.
Zerline good with a PAT. And that makes the score 7-0. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Nixon now from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a first down.
Let's go now. Ready?
To throw now. Here's Love. Got Dobbs over the middle. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
He'll complete this one to Watson. 2 yards on the pickup there, and it's second down.
A gain of 2 brings up second and 8 at the 31-yard line.
Ready?
Love going to give this one to Jones. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Well, he's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down.
Another down on the scoreboard, but the urge to go for it is almost irresistible here on 4th and short. Yeah, I know they're on their own side of the field.
I was going to say.
Normally I would say punt the ball away, but I'm feeling it. I say go for it.
Here's Pat O'Donnell on now to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Hardman on the return. 35 yards that time on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. And the Jets set to take the field. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure.
There he goes, right side. It's a gain of 34.
Oftentimes now offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just saw receivers find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. His throw caught at about the 5. And the Jets are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. Followed it up with another nice one here. And before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
So 3 plays already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. Rodgers again now. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Nothing open downfield, and he had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. Became an all-arm throw trying to check it down to his running back. Incomplete.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. To throw, it's Rodgers. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Aaron Rodgers hitting Allen Lazard. And the Jets go up by 2 touchdowns. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
Now Zerline on to add the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. 5 plays there on that drive. And it's finished off by a New York Jets touchdown. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Nixon elects not to return it, and this comes out to the 25. The Green Bay offense ready to take over. But Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
First down now, but that clock rolling. On play action. Love to throw. Here's a diving catch right side. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. 13 yards, first down, Packers.
Ready.
Love looking to throw it. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
Offense is moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earn a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
But the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down. Under pressure, they got him again. John Franklin Myers drops him again for the second straight play, and it brings up fourth down.
Well, the goal is to get back into this game. The offense is certainly moving in the wrong direction. This is certainly a case where one team needs big splash plays right now, but unfortunately, it's the other team that's getting them.
So we've hit halftime here at MetLife Stadium with the home team, the Jets, leading this one. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, BG, thanks very much, and welcome one and all to our beautiful new downtown Orlando studios for this EA Sports Halftime Report. The highlights are fairly one-sided to this point. It's a 2-touchdown difference here at the break. But I wouldn't call this one over just yet. I think there could still be some fireworks yet to come. Both these teams, no doubt, making their final halftime adjustments as we speak. And for the call of the second half, we get it back out to Brandon Gutton and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. A 2-touchdown game, 14-0 the score as we get rolling again here in this second half. Hardman going to bring it out of the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Here's the Jets offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. This offense set to begin the third quarter, and Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here. That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one, so now they want to make sure that they get that going so they truly have a control in this ball game. And down the stretch, look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. Inside the 20. Room to maneuver at the 35. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Garrett Wilson, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Jets come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. Zerline now for the PAT. And it is now 21-0. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Nixon elects not to return it, and this comes out to the 25. So here are the Packers now. They get set for their first possession of half number 2. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Second down, Love. That's taken in by the tight end, Josiah DeGuara. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver. Just what they need, a lecture from me, but subpar offense is what helped get them into this spot. And now they're continuing the trend with incompletions. That won't get them out of it if they don't change something soon.
Here's Love. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Quincy Williams worked his way back for that sack.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Love. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
But once again, here comes Garrett Wilson in the Jets offense. Not a bad day at the office there. Maybe he would like the catch number to go up a little bit, but I think most guys would say 2 catches, 2 touchdowns. That's okay.
I think if the catch number goes up, we start talking about the record books because at that pace, this type of...
Touchdown! 4 touchdown passes now for Aaron Rodgers. And the Jets are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. A partner, he has carried them in this ball game throwing the football. All 4 touchdowns through the air, and that's really helped them get this nice lead.
And I know it's a team game, but right now, he is truly the focal point. Every touchdown his team has so far has been the result of his arm. How about him throwing it downfield, creating big plays? I don't know how you slow him down unless you can make him uncomfortable in the pocket.
Zuerlein connects on the extra point, and it is 28-0. Well, they got the ball in great field position. 1 play later, boom, end zone. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Nixon elects not to return it, and this comes out to the 25. The Packers offense now heading back out onto the field. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a 1-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Working out of the gun. Love. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Sauce Gardner picks it off. And he brings this one back. It's a pick-6 and a Jet touchdown. Well, I mean, you get it. They're trying to make something happen here in this third quarter, CD, but I don't think a pick-6 is exactly what they had in mind.
No, not at all, because this offense, they've been stuck all game long. Haven't dented the scoreboard yet, and they're kind of forced to take a few chances here, and that one, it backfired in a big way.
Now Zuerlein on to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick-6. So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Nixon elects not to return it, and this comes out to the 25. The Packers offense set to go. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized. My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Throwing. Love. And that one going to be off target and incomplete.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on a first down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
Ready?
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he'll just punch it out of there, and it's not a great kick. Taking on the midfield logo. And nice work on the return as he gets about 15 yards back. And the Jets will have a short field to work with as they take over 1st and 10. Now this offense and Garrett Wilson headed back out. Now this defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now they would happily go to their general manager and say, is there any way you could get a trade for him, bring him over to our team so we don't have to cover him anymore? Because he is really having a heck of a ball game, isn't he?
Boy, he is. I don't know that mid-game trade's going to happen, but good thought. A give running right is Hall. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down at the 32-yard line.
The way things have gone in this one, the running game's been something of an afterthought, and that's not been too bad for them, has it?
Yeah, the offensive returns have been good, but I guess we figured he in the ground game would be a bit more involved. That's going to be caught. Touchdown, Jets. Garrett Wilson, 32 yards. And the Jets get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Boy, another score. This lead gets even bigger. And, Charles, we haven't even hit the 4th quarter yet.
Well, forget the deficit, right? They're really not going to cut into that a heck of a lot. But how can they get out of here with some dignity? Can they get a stop or two? Can they make a play on offense themselves? Anything to start to feel better about what's happened to them here in this one.
Zerline good with a PAT. And it is 42-0. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Nixon elects not to return it, and this comes out to the 25. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field.
But the disparity in this game, it just seems to grow with each possession here, Charles. They are really struggling. They have not put up a single point, and on the other side, the points keep piling up and up and up.
So you know the frustration level has to be rising, right? So they've got to find a way to quell that, because otherwise they certainly won't get anything done in this one. Keep diving deeper into the offensive playbook, but bottom line is don't quit competing. This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Here's Jones again on 2nd down. Some fancy footwork, but not much room to operate. Just up past the 25 and no further. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one, and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
To pass, here's Jordan Love. He hits Dobbs on the crosser. He's across midfield. Now he breaks free in the middle of the field and down to the 27-yard line. It's a big play there for Green Bay. 46 yards.
Well, Charles, looked like that had to be a mix-up there defensively.
You always question that type of confusion. They actually lost him in the middle of the field, gave him all sorts of room to run, and he took big-time advantage of it. That's an error you just can't make on the defensive side of the ball.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain, or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, They're the ones that need to touch the ball.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Off the play fake, Love. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Carl Lawson with a little how do you do as he gets in there for the sack.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
And that's off the right upright, and it bounces away, no good. But there is a flag down. He might get another shot at this.
Okay, so the personal foul penalty, and those are some important yards lost right there.
Yeah, it all comes down to discipline, doesn't it? And every team tells us that they coach it, they preach it. In this case, it slipped a little bit.
A lack of discipline defensively on 4th down, and now that leads to a 1st and 10. After the penalty, it's Jones. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
To the left side, there's the tight end, Musgrave.
And I don't think he got there, no. Geez, short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
I thought maybe when he caught, he'd have a good chance of getting that first down, but that's a nice job of holding him up and preventing him from getting to the sticks.
And his kick here is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but, Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg, and they're at least trying to finish out strong.
And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. But once again, here comes Garrett Wilson in the Jets offense.
What a game for him, Charles. 4 touchdowns. Heck, for a lot of guys, that's a good season number.
You're exactly right. And let's face it, we have to stand up and applaud this one, even though we're supposed to be neutral, because this doesn't just happen by accident. This isn't 4 times where the defense just falls down or breaks coverage. He's worked awfully hard, changing routes, changing areas, changing angles, and getting open for touchdown.
We knew he'd be part of the game plan in a big way, and it has been in a very big way. Kenny Clark, the big D tackle there to make the stop. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Rodgers now to throw. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Oh, I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
Here's Rodgers. This one complete to Mecole Hardman. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Tell you what, Martin, the way he's been slinging it in this one, I think he should be ticketed for a baseball cap and a set of headphones for the next drive. He's been absolutely sensational. But one thing we've both learned about quarterbacks in this league, they often stay on the field longer than you expect.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall.
And he'll get it out to midfield. They'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
On first down, right back to Hall. Room here to run. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 12 more yards there and another first down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Hall again. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Hall on a give up the middle. And he gets it down to the 32.
Well, so far, this game has gone the way the defensive coordinator had hoped. They've dictated things. They've not let him run the ball very well at all. They gave up a nice game there. I doubt it'll back off their confidence. They've played so well throughout this entire game.
Throwing is Rodgers. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
So Rodgers will depart, and on is Greg Zuerlein for the Jets field goal. It'll be a 49-yard attempt from the left hash. Zuerlein's kick is up and through, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Nixon elects not to return it, and this comes out to the 25. Green Bay's offense ready to go again. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
Left sideline, a dive, and it looks like he's got it. 22 yards there, a first down. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
He finds his man, complete. It's Lee.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air, and sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. An incomplete pass on second down leads us to 3rd and inches.
Switch, yellow, set.
Going back to Love. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Come on, set. Hut, hut.
Desperation time here. Love on 4th down. He's going to float this over the middle, deep. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Jets are going to get the football back. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll be taken down here, and that is how this one is going to come to an end. So it's a victory here for the New York Jets. And we talk so much about the turnover battle, determining who wins, who loses. This game, no exception. Error-free football, no turnovers at all, and they win it.
So this is one you don't have to convince your team that what you're saying is accurate. And you know what I'm talking about. Head coach always stands up in front of the team and says, guys, if we do this, this, and this, we'll win. And usually they say if we win the turnover battle, we'll win. Well, here's the proof right there. Win the turnover battle, go on to victory. Now the guys believe You move on to the next lesson where you have to convince them. This one is now planted.